Hey everybody, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly forecast. My name is Terence. The week begins on Monday, December the 30th, 2024, with a new moon. The new moon is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is perfect for the new year and celebrating because Capricorn is traditional. And so whatever culture you are around the world, there are strong traditions going into the new year. And a new moon marks a new focus, a new priority. And this new moon in Capricorn is going to be stabilized and grounded by Saturn. Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn. So it starts the new year with many people feeling more grounded, more secure. Tuesday, New Year's Eve. The moon continues in traditional, practical, responsible Capricorn, but by late afternoon, Pacific time, the moon will be in harmony with progressive, futuristic, thinking out of the box Uranus. So that moon Uranus is ideal for celebrating and really looking to the future, which is what most of us do every New Year's Eve. And so on January the 1st, the moon goes into a futuristic Aquarius at 2:50 a.m. Pacific time. And Aquarius represents friendships and community and the collective. And so this New Year's Day helps bring a lot of people together, but it's on a more basic level, it's ideal for hanging out with friends. Now, between 4 and 7 a.m. on January the 1st, Pacific time, as the moon just gone into Aquarius, kind of eclectic, quirky, inventive Aquarius, it's going to be crossing over a compulsive, powerful Pluto as it's going into 0 degrees, 1 degree of Aquarius, and opposite Mars, still in retrograde till February the 23rd. So this Mars-Pluto is starting to be in opposition that can trigger a tremendous amount of tension and stress. With that moon in Aquarius, that could be triggering in the first part of the day. Well, on a more basic level, a lot of people will be waking up exhausted, whether it's a hangover, whether it's just staying up really late and getting you off of your sleep cycle. And that could trigger a lot of anxious irritability. Because you got to be careful of being too irritable with friendships. Like I said, maybe you have a hangover, maybe you're exhausted, but this too shall pass. But as we go into this Thursday, January the 2nd, now the Mars, this retrograde Mars wants to assert itself, push forwards, very goal-oriented, but it's when it's retrograde, you're just feeling like you have to revise, reset, spin your wheels, everything feels like it's more of a struggle. And the Pluto will be exactly in opposition or confrontation with compulsive Pluto. Now the world started to feel this on the 1st. It's really intensified on Thursday the 2nd into Friday the 3rd. So the best thing to do is go take a long walk, get rid of the stress out of the body, exercise, meditate, because that Mars-Pluto can trigger a tremendous amount of impatient anxiousness. Now, Friday the 3rd, the moon will be void of course until 7:22 a.m. Pacific time. As I mention every week, the void of course, in some ways, is like a mini Mercury in retrograde. It is when the moon is changing signs, but it's no longer making aspects to other planets. So therefore, there's no activity, there's no energy. So the moon void, of course, is a time best stick to the routine, stick to what you've been doing, resting, reflecting, but best not to be initiating new projects. This is why it's like a mini Mercury in retrograde, because with the moon void, of course, it feels unproductive, it feels flat, whatever. So if you try to start something new with the moon void, of course, you're swimming against the current. There's not enough energy to really push forwards. Now, this Aquarius moon, this futuristic ideal for starting the new year, looking to the future, thinking out of the box, trying new things. But the moon then goes into empathetic, sensitive, charitable Pisces at that 7:22 a.m. Pacific time. And as the emotional moon in sensitive Pisces, as soon as it goes into Pisces, it's going to be connecting with loving, creative Venus at 0 degrees of Pisces. So this going into Friday, and it's still the holiday. A lot of people are still celebrating from New Year's through this weekend. That Friday, with the public moon, the emotional moon, aligning with loving, entertaining Venus, is now you could be more relaxed and really enjoying romance, parties. As we go into Saturday, January the 4th, between 8 and 10 a.m. Pacific time, the Pisces moon will be crossing over Sirius responsible Saturn in Pisces. That could be a time when you're taking things very seriously or you're feeling very heavy. But that too shall pass. And you have the sun in Capricorn all day in a very favorable aspect or transit to Saturn. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. Here's the Capricorn sun in harmony with Saturn all day on Saturday. Now, at the beginning of the day, with the moon crossing over Saturn, you may be looking at your future, your relationships, very seriously. But then that too shall pass, because with the sun in harmony with Saturn, you're feeling so much more secure and grounded, getting ready to start the new work week in the new year. So on Sunday, January the 5th, the moon in Pisces, sensitive, empathetic Pisces, goes void, of course. Just a short time, 6:31 a.m. until 11:01 a.m. Pacific time, at which point the moon now moves into Aries. The moon represents the public reactions and tones. But when it's in Aries, there's this enthusiasm, this excitement, let's jumpstart new projects. There's a lot of motivation, and especially as 11:01 a.m. to maybe that next hour or two Pacific time, as that emotional moon is moving into Aries, where it's that 0 degrees of Aries, it's in harmony with Mars. Mars is the ruling planet of Aries. Now, the Mars is retrograde, But emotionally, the moon in harmony with the retrograde Mars can be a really favorable time to be really reflecting on all your projects, what you want to get, when you want to start moving forwards in new directions. Now with the retrograde Mars, you need to take your time, go slow, but you're going to be on Sunday going in, getting ready for the new work week of the new year. You're going to have more enthusiasm, more motivation, more confidence to jumpstart the new year. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, Happy New Year.